that we got off to that it's a really good start. A lot of adversity. That, it's very uncomfortable when you don't know the score. I found out today. It seemed like I couldn't hear anything. I kept asking Travis, how many are we up, or how many the whole time. But they really fought very hard. They got a very talented Reggie Hamilton is a wonderful player. Petros really is a tough guard, and Bader as well. Just they're all good. But I was really happy the way we handled the adversity. The end of the first half, where we really didn't play Michigan basketball, and how we played Michigan basketball in the second half.
How much?
At this time, we'll open up the floor to questions. Please identify yourself, media outlet, then pass the microphone back to the center. We'll start here.
Dan Fenner from the Oakland Press. Coach, there's been something made of it from the Oakland camp that this will probably be the last in this series for a number of years. Is that? I guess can you explain that?
It's been a great 4-year series. I mean, it's been great, and so we had a good thing going here today. Which we had a lot of schools in this state. We have now 2 extra games in the Big Ten that we have to play. I'm glad that we did it. We did the 4 years, and now you just move on, right?
Chris Ballas with the Wolverine. John, with what they were taking away, your back door and inside, did you tell these guys they were going to have to make some shots in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, we saw in their scouting report, they actually played a team, Missouri, Kansas City, where my assistant coach where my former assistant is the head coach. So run some similar things, and we saw their tendencies, and we knew we weren't going to be able to get to the rim, get some back doors, but we knew, particularly the 2 corner shots, were going to be open. So we practiced them, and we practice them all the time. And so we needed that, but we needed to have a mix. We needed to attack the rim as well.
John Rod Beard, Detroit News. Is that about as complete a game as you can get from Evan with his efficiency, 20 points, 9 boards in 33 minutes and only 2 fouls, but just the inside-outside effectiveness?
Okay, when he said he's worked so hard right now on just getting consistency to his shot and trying to stay on the court. So he's learning every day. He still will get a bit too anxious about what he's trying to do, but at the same time, that was probably his best game since he's been here.
John, Pat Caputo from the Oakland Press. Back to that question about Oakland again. What's the criteria for playing a team like Oakland? What would they have to do to be on your schedule? What is the reason for not playing them specifically?
We have played them. We just played them 4 years in a row. Is there another school besides Michigan State that we've played in the last 4 years? Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, Western Michigan, Detroit. There's certain things that you just do, and we're looking. We have all kinds of options in the future. I'm not saying that it never will happen. I'm just saying we made a 4-year commitment, and we did it, and it was great.
That is Michigan Daily. Can you talk about the way Stu sort of came alive there at the end with the dunk and the 3? Was that pleasure or good to see considering the slump he's been in?
Yeah, and I don't think when you only get 1 or 2 shots a game, I don't see it's a slump. If you're going 0 for 6, 0 for 6, 0 for 6. That's a little different thing. So I'm just glad that he could make that, and he is a really good shooter. He wouldn't be out on the floor, and he has pretty good lift, and so I think he's had a couple of those in his career here. But just scored the 2 points. But I'm happy,
And the corner he just buries a 3, then we turn it over for a run-out layup, and all of a sudden it's 12. So a game that was teetering to going to be in the last minute where somebody was going to have to make some plays blows open. And they're a good basketball team. They're ranked 15th in the country. They got players that can make plays, and I thought Hardaway took the game over early in the second half. The fouls, the 7 quick fouls, and Hardaway really, we had a lot of momentum going in to start the second half, and the 7 quick fouls and Hardaway taking the game over really changed that momentum.
What was the message of the locker room about the shooting?
We don't talk about that. The shooting, it goes in, it doesn't go in there nights. What we talked about was the shots that we took. We missed shots because we were in a hurry. We didn't get Petros never touched the ball in the first 8-9 minutes of the game. Once we slowed down and got ourselves under control, got the ball into Petros, and then we got kicked out, and then things started to happen. But we wanted to force feed it early. We wanted to come down. Reggie first possession beat everybody, got a layup. Next possession he fires it, air ball. Lavelle, misses. Bader misses, and we're all trying to get that first basket. And that's not, that's a sign of a young team. And but a good sign was that we figured it out, and we turned that around. We got the ball into Petros there about the 12 to 10 minute mark, and then we started playing over the basket.
You've had pretty good teams this year, and comparable to them. And they've beaten you. A fairly wide margin. A lot of times games like this where you thought you had a pretty good chance, just talk about it might be your last chance at them for a long time. Michigan's Michigan.
Well, and that's true. I mean, we live in Michigan, and it is the University of Michigan, and we would love to play him. But he's made a decision, and you know what? I have no problem with his decision. He's got to do what he's got to do for the University of Michigan's basketball program, and I've got to do what I have to do for Oakland. And so he made a decision, and he's honest with me. He came out and told me, you know, so I can live with that. I can live with honesty. I mean, it hurts us, but you know, it's not going to kill us. I mean, we're still playing state, and we're still going to play UCLA's and Kentucky's, and you know, our philosophy of scheduling is not going to change. We're just not going to play Michigan for a while. I'll be sad about it, but it is what it is. I think he can answer that question better than I can.